Stand by. Ready, Doc?
Hi, this is Leon Finney on UrbanBroadcastMedia.com. We are the voice of the urban community of the city of Chicago, black community, brown community, Asian, Hispanic. We're here to give you the news about us. Download our app right now. Tune in to Facebook. Now, we're streaming live to Facebook. Tune in to YouTube. We're streaming live to YouTube too. And of course, you can check us on our radio channel, UrbanBroadcastMedia.com. My friends, we have a lively program today. Many conversations we need to have or have. Not sure we're going to get to all of them, but let me start out with the top news getter. And I want you to hear this straight from me. Governor Rauner faces a challenge from the right, meaning the conservative right, in 2018. Rauner. That means that his own party is challenging him as he seeks to be re-elected governor of the state of Illinois. A Representative Gene Ives, a staunch social and fiscal conservative from Wheaton, Illinois, is raising money and circulating petitions to get on the ballot in March of 2018, saying that Rauner's greatest offense was his signing of a measure that provides state health insurance and Medicaid coverage for those who need. And in particular, she is offended by Medicaid being used for second stage abortion. Stay tuned. One doesn't know where this race will come down. And of course, my friends, we are also challenged at this particular moment to take a hard look at the federal government. The federal government is now poised to launch its own review and maybe investigation of the propriety and the plans for the Obama Presidential Center, which is set to be built in Jackson Park. That's the neighborhood of Woodlawn, bordering South Shore, Washington Park, and Hyde Park, and Kenwood. The feds are now going to be in the game to review the use of that land to be a federally supported library for a former president of the United States of America. Things can get complicated because there are many people right now, not so much deep in terms of support, but many vocal people who have decided to oppose or want to manage or micromanage the development of the Obama Presidential Center. So far, our President, Barack Obama, has said nothing doing. You trusted me to lead this nation for 8 years. You trusted me to keep her at peace for 8 years. You trusted me to have the highest employment rate in the history of the United States of America. You got to trust me, says President Obama, to make this thing, the Obama Presidential Center, work. My friends, we've got to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to pick up our conversation. We got more good news about Phillips and Simeon. Stay with us.
All right, we're in break. 30 seconds back. Let's get ready to come back. Stand by. Hang on.
History is being made, or has been made, for the first time in the history of Chicago. 2 public high schools, Phillips and Simeon, have gone all the way to the state finals, with Simeon overcoming St. Ignatius 19-16 in football and becoming the first ever to win this honor here in the state of Illinois. And then Simeon goes on to win the Prep Bowl and overcoming a major deficit. So what we have is this. We've got some young brothers that are serious about playing football. Young brothers led by Alante Clark and Craig Elmore of Phillips and Ante Clark of Simeon. These brothers were leading. They led their team to victory. And we want to celebrate their work, but celebrate the teamwork that it took. And it proves once again that we can work together to make a difference. We want to applaud Simeon and we want to applaud Phillips High School teams for a job well done. You made us all proud. My friends, there's nothing better than to see our own young people doing something good to make our families and our community better. And of course, we've got more to deal with. We've got right now Rwanda. Now, what about Rwanda? As you know, it's a very small nation. Rwanda is a very small nation. But it offers shelter to African migrants that have been abused in Libya. Rwanda is offering to host thousands of African migrants who are fleeing Libya because they're being sold for sex and sold into slavery. They're saying that they are prepared to make room for 30,000 people, migrants from Libya. They're opening their doors and opening up their hearts. They are a small nation, but they got a big heart. And that's what's important to these days when we have so much negativity. Here is a country, a nation, stepping up and deciding to share its scarce resources to help life be better for the less fortunate in Libya. I want to say it's time for us to celebrate and take a victory lap around the stadium on behalf of the people of Libya fleeing, but also for the people of Rwanda. It's a great moment in our nation. It's a great moment in the United Nations, and we celebrate what's going on. And then finally, we've got some more good news. We've got some more good news. And the more good news is that South Shore, young aspiring musicians, this is South Shore in the neighborhoods to our south, are now getting music lessons that otherwise they wouldn't get. And they're being taught how to play that wonderful violin. Case in point, my friends, I took violin lessons myself. Didn't finish them, but I took them. And violin is an excellent instrument to learn music. It gets you away from the beat, but gets you into the melody and into the harmony that music promises to soothe the troubled heart. We want to celebrate the students that are going through the program, and we're going to celebrate Chicago Youth Center in South Shore. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be wrapping up.
All right, back in 30.
Huh?
Back in 30.
Back in 30?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, one I got, Phillips I got, Rounder I got, Feds I got. This one is the last one. How many minutes I got?
You got about 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, this is a long read anyway.
You ready to come back?
Our post, I trust, are working, Miss Jo?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now.
I'm up. Hey, we're back, y'all, and we got more good news. We've got not-for-profit organizations propping up everywhere to lift the burden of our social service network that had been tattered in the state of Illinois over the last 8 years. Here it is, Chicago Neighborhood Initiatives Microfinance Group recently announced a pathway to enterprise for returning citizens who have been incarcerated. They're there to help these returning citizens that have been incarcerated be able to adjust and learn the skills that it takes to be in business. They're visiting 10 correctional institutions, recruiting people who are about to get out of prison and making sure that they're enrolled in the program so that they can learn how to be entrepreneurs. They can learn how to be productive They can learn to come off the streets, stop selling dope, stop stealing, and be productive. This is a very, very important initiative. They hope to train 2,000 over the next 3 to 5 years that will be released from prison. As you all know, there are more than 28,000 men and women that are released from Illinois prison every year. 2016 was no exception. Now, I know that you will say, well, we need more to be done. We need more opportunities for these young men and women coming out of prison. I get that. But this is a beginning, a small beginning, but it is still a beginning. We want to encourage the organization, the Chicago Neighborhood Initiatives Microfinance Group. Encourage them, bless them for blessing our young people, blessing some of our older people, helping them to readjust and do business in our community. My sense is it's time for us to celebrate and give a hand clap to this organization. David Doyle and some others are friends of mine. Chatham Business Association, Bethel New Life, and other not-for-profits are all part of this effort. I spent a lifetime working with Bethel New Life, and one of my dearest friends is Melinda Kelly, the Executive Director of Chicago Business Association. My friends, it's been a good time being with you. I'm glad to have been able to share so much good news with you about our community. It is now time for me to take my lap, maybe my nap, but I'm going to have to get out of here and make sure that I take care of the business of the good Lord. I want to also commend Dr. Horace Earl Smith and his wife, Sister Susan Smith, for the outstanding grand opening of their new church edifice at 39th and Indiana. It's a wonderful thing to see that new edifice going up, but it was wonderful to see that 3,000-seat sanctuary packed to the gills. Have a great day, Bishop Horace Earl Smith. Have a great day, Sister Susan Smith. You are doing a good job. Keep up the good work, and may God continue to bless you. And my friends, this has been Leon Finney on urbanbroadcastmedia.com. We are the voice of our community. Now run and tell that.
Perfect.